And we live. Okay. It looks good. It looks good. All right. For everyone listening right now, this is our second go. We went for I don't even know how long we were going for, but God.
All right, let's go.
All right, let's start this off one more time. Um. All right. What were we talking about? Okay, we'll just start with
NBA.
the last one we were talking about. We were talking about Kyrie and how he's just like what we think about his how he's handling the whole situation with Harden coming
All
in and like not playing all these games, losing all this money. Um, but yeah, I just think that I think he's just I think he's lost. I do think he's lost. I don't.
right. Mhm.
You were saying something earlier, saying that what were you saying about he thinks he's like the you can't really talk to him about basketball because he thinks he's like the best.
Right.
Can you explain that one more time, sorry, just so I can remember what I said?
He Kyrie, I feel like right now because of his mind, like how he thinks about being that guy on the team. That's the only thing I could really think of. Like what when you think of the Cavs and when he was with LeBron, that was the main issue. Now he had this going, and it's like whatever you want to say. Like I know you were saying that KD is like the face of the Nets, but he still had his fair share to be that guy also on the team.
Yep.
So it's like it's clearly not going to be that way with Harden there.
Yes.
So if
Cause
that's really bothering him,
yeah.
like I'm sure that's not going to make him happy, and we will probably see some. If he doesn't change now, like which we don't see that happening because he's sitting at home right now.
Yeah. Home or he was at some sort of birthday party or something like that with no mask and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, kind of a little bit.
If we don't see him get traded,
You're cutting out a
huh?
little bit.
Do you hear me now?
There you go. We're good. Good.
Like if we don't see him get traded to another team and he's not gonna pull what Harden did, then like
Mm-hmm.
I don't see him continuing the whole season with the Nets because he's not showing that. He's not showing that type of energy. I think I mentioned that too, right? I was saying players on Twitter and Instagram saying like, "Bro, you did," like shouting
Yeah,
him
they
out.
had his back. Dwayne Wade
Great.
said something too.
Yeah, they're like, "This is how it should be." So like, when you think that like, I think even KD showing like, "Yo, like I'm ready, like let's go," right?
Yeah.
You don't hear anything from Kyrie. Like even if he's home, whatever he's going through, like he could at least tweet something. He could at least say something, right?
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah, like the third wheel. That's what we're trying to say.
Uh-huh. That's what's gonna end up being, right?
Exactly, because even though KD came to the team and technically everyone says this is KD's team, Kyrie's like, okay, whatever. It's just me and KD though,
Yeah.
right? But now that Harden's in the mix, it's like it's like the middle child,
Mm-hmm.
right? Or
Yeah.
like in this case, Kyrie's like the oldest child though.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? KD should have the middle child syndrome, but like in a sense, it's reversed.
Right.
Yeah. Um. But yeah, so I just think that we were talking about how Stephen A. Smith was saying that Kyrie should just retire.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That was
Um.
what I thought of too, right? I'm just like, I didn't even hear him say that, but I was really thinking like for him to be such a great player, like this is making everything so bad. Like it's just making everything so. I think that like Harden, for instance, right? Oh, it's like
Mhm.
he's making himself look so bad. He's going to strip clubs. He doesn't want to be on the team anymore. All this negative
Yep.
energy. But it's like in good reasons. Like he has a reason, and then he backs it
Mhm.
up. And clearly, if teams thought of him as a bad person, like that would bring bad
Yeah.
energy to the team, they wouldn't be searching for him. He clearly had some issues with Houston, and then other teams found
Yeah.
him as a benefit, and so they brought him in. Right? Like players that have a bad image, like I go a little bit deeper on football, but like I know plenty football players that like once they messed up a couple times, like they never came
Mhm.
back because everybody's like they're gonna mess up the organization, right?
Yeah. So they kind of like Like, what do you mean they don't come back? Like, they don't. They're not
They
gonna come
just
back
don't
to the
come back
team.
to the league because nobody wants to
Oh,
bring them on the team.
it's like they're blackballed,
Right.
kind of.
You know, like it takes a very long time. Like with AB, for instance, like look how two teams tried him and then it like went south, right?
Carmelo.
Um, what's it called? Carmelo, yeah,
Carmelo was a
right,
crazy one, right?
yeah, yeah. These things
Um.
that happen, but that's why I said like you see with Harden, he made his statement, but he's clearly like it's nothing about him personally, right? Like it has to do with other things, which is why the Nets obviously were okay to bring him in. Like he's gonna do great. He wants to play ball. He wants to do all these sort of
Mhm.
things. But what does Kyrie have to say? Like I feel like a team is gonna want to end up talking to him and be like, what is the major reasons like that you keep having these like setbacks, these fall like
Mhm.
all these things? I don't know.
Here I'm trying to look for an article about the Harden thing. But no, like I saw something. It was saying that like they're not like they're all gonna sacrifice shots because that was one thing that they're all talking about. Is the
Because if they don't, then how is that gonna work? Like that's obviously a major role in the whole game.
yeah,
Like you need to sacrifice shots. You need to play as a team. Like everybody
yeah, yeah,
wanted to put it on LeBron too, if you remember, right? Every time he's on the team, he needs to be that guy. He needs to always have the ball in his hand. He does a lot of spreading, bro. He
LeBron.
yeah, like he does what he needs to do to keep the team motivate the other guys that are on the court and stuff like that.
Yeah,
Like
like okay, let's talk about that real quick before we talk about the Harden thing. See, with LeBron, like, wasn't there like a? Do you remember when in the finals, Rondo had to talk to LeBron about his like body language? Because like the way he was like reacting to things about how people would make mistakes, like his reaction would be like just like out, be like, oh, what the hell, like you know what I mean?
okay.
And then Rondo had to talk to him, saying like, yo, your body language, you have to be careful because like especially if you go off on these guys like this, they could take it negatively, and instead of doing positive and like they want to feel better, they're worried about messing up so much,
Because
so
you're
now
gonna
they
just
can't play
get mad and
properly.
all this stuff, like yeah.
Exactly. So but no, I do know what you mean about LeBron. Because it's true, like as soon as LeBron comes to a team, the team gets better.
Hmm.
It's like it's a psychological thing. It's like because you have greatness around you,
Right. You want
it
that.
makes you want to be great.
And that's what we would think with like Kyrie and like all these guys, like people look up. He's
Any all-star, to be honest.
yeah, like they want to be that guy for the team. So, it's just but when he does this, it's like it's almost like he's showing his true face. Like it is still about him. Like he still has his own personal issues and it ends up going on towards the team. It ends up like affecting the team, right?
Do you think do you think he has I hate to say it like this, but do you think there's some sort of mental illness going on? The way he's acting, like you like it's just so it's so what's the word I'm looking for?
Crazy.
Crazy, like impulsive.
Yeah. I mean, dude, it's I don't know if it's that. Like I think what I was just talking to my boy about Antonio Brown because
Mm.
they're in the playoffs now.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry. I don't want to get off of NBA, but point is he straightened out because he went to a therapist
Yeah.
and people are saying because he had a mental illness. But I don't call it a mental illness. I call it
Okay, yeah, yeah, yeah.
you being on an NBA team with millions of
Mm-hmm.
people watching you every day, you being part of drama, you being on ESPN every time you turn on the TV, somebody's talking about you. Like
Yeah.
that's huge. Like imagine all the
Yeah.
personal messages he gets on social media.
Yeah. Throwing candy dicks at your baby mama.
Dude, just like that,
you
like pressure, if you try to like soak it in, it's like
mm-hmm.
some people deal with it. You could see they're good. And
Mm-hmm.
some people don't know how to deal with it. And like he's like how you said too, right? He like conscious. He talks about like
Oh yeah.
he maybe he just doesn't know how to deal with it.
I feel like going to a therapist actually helped them think about it in like the bigger picture. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you talking about AB?
Yeah.
Yeah, like then what happens, right? Then he gets on the team with Tom Brady, which is
Yeah.
like
The goat.
the
You know what I
GOAT.
mean?
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
everyone calls
lives
him the
with him
goat.
now, apparently. That's a whole nother thing. And then like,
Wait.
yeah, he lives with him in Florida, same house. They live together. Can you believe that? The GOAT is living with Antonio Brown, like they live in the same house.
Oh, you know
But
what? That's smart.
it's smart. He cleaned up. I don't know if you remember AB with like crazy haircuts, and he started
Yeah.
rapping and he's doing all
The silver
crazy
hair.
stuff. Yeah. Now he's clean
Nice.
shave. He's like playing football to play because like that therapist probably helped him out. But that's the thing, right? Because Antonio Brown had #1 records like all across the board. Like imagine
Yeah.
being the greatest in what you do, but you're having like in the game and in your personal life, like some people
Yeah.
don't know how to like recoup and just continue being themselves. Like you lose it. Maybe that's what's happening with Kyrie. Like,
True.
do you get right? That was like being on the Cavs. He finally had his own team. Now he goes to the Nets. It looks like it's gonna be him and KD. Now this happened. Like I'm just trying to break down his like mental state, like how it's just like declining from these scenarios.
Do you know what's crazy? I You can kind of see it happen though, right?
Right.
Like for example, he was so good on the Cavs when like LeBron left and Kyrie came,
Uh-huh.
right? Because like they didn't play together at the time. It became
Right.
Kyrie's team. Kyrie made a name for himself playing for the Cavs. You know what I mean? And then he's getting better and better and better and better, and all of a sudden, LeBron comes back. Now you get Kevin Love. Oh, you guys got a big three. The type of in a way, it kind of looked like Kyrie was about to become the third wheel again.
Yeah.
But then because Kevin Love, absolutely, I don't know what the fuck happened to Kevin Love. He was such a sick player,
Uh-huh.
and then it's like he lost weight and realized he can't body himself inside anymore because he used to be bigger,
Okay.
and so he like moved to the 3-pointer. You know what I mean? And that's
Yeah.
also when big men start to shoot a lot more threes.
Right.
Kevin Love lost his inside game absolutely, like completely. I think he lost his inside dominance. I personally believe.
Okay.
But besides that, like it seemed like Kyrie was about to become third wheel, and then I think that kind of motivated him in a sense to like just go off even more. And
Yeah.
he hit the shot. He hit the shot to put them ahead. You know what I mean? To like ice the game.
This is what people need to hear, bro. This is what this part of this podcast is called. You calling it like the third wheel.
Yeah, like you know what I mean?
The
Like he
real
hit the
thing.
shot. But everyone keeps talking about LeBron with the block. They keep talking about that. Like,
Yeah.
and I feel like that made Kyrie crazy because he's like, what do you mean? Like, do you not see what I see? And Kyrie has a lot of confidence in himself. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? He
Yeah.
looks at himself as an artist in the game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like, I truly do feel bad for him because I can understand being underlooked and not giving your credit. It can make you go crazy because you're like, am I not doing enough? Like,
Right.
am I not doing it? And so, like, mind you, like I think like obviously LeBron had an amazing series. You know what I mean? Like, I don't blame it, but like I just think Kyrie wasn't given enough respect. He went to Boston. Gordon Hayward came, and like I think because they didn't mesh well, and he got hurt, and like people talking more shit,
Yeah.
and then it seemed like, it probably seemed like the Celtics were kind of turning on him. He's like, I
Yeah.
want out.
Yeah.
Like I can't
Doesn't
do this
feel like
again.
my team. Like they don't want me
Exactly.
here. Yeah. Yeah.
I don't feel wanted. Goes to the Nets. He drops 55 points in his first game.
Yeah.
Goes off.
Uh-huh.
Or 50 points, whatever, you know what I mean? It starts going crazy. You're like, oh my God, Kyrie's back. He gets hurt.
Dude.
And then boom, starts
This is a
going down.
movie, man.
I'm telling you, all of a sudden, you see him talking to KD about 2 max contracts at the All-Star game. Everyone's talking about, yo, it's the Knicks. They're talking about the Knicks. Kyrie's gonna leave. You know what I mean? Do you remember that?
Yeah. And
All of a sudden, boom, KD comes to
go.
the Nets. I think Kyrie was okay with KD kind of taking the team in a sense, because I think because KD gave him that
He could
respect.
still do his thing, yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm not saying LeBron didn't give him his respect or anything, but I think there's just such animosity between the two. That's why Kyrie
You
just
know what,
couldn't trust him.
you know what could be also though, because KD already went through the steps. Like he's already been through it with Westbrook, traded again, now traded again. He already went through like championship vibes, you know, like
Yeah. He was part of a team where, like, even though he took over that team, right? He
yeah.
did. It became his team instead of Steph Curry's team.
I mean, that's probably like one of the biggest things in his life that now he doesn't even have to really stress
Yeah.
over that whole thing.
Yeah.
Kyrie though, Kyrie,
Yeah. And
I don't think
yeah,
Kyrie
I
had
just
that
think
Golden State moment yet. And like that's the thing that's bothering him
no.
a lot, you know?
Yeah. I think Kyrie was kind of looking forward to him and KD doing it. You know what I mean? Two guys, like, I think Kyrie just despises the big three.
Oh, because like, but like, picture it though. How are they supposed to match? Do you think if he opened his, they would match, or he would just become an average player? Like, there's no space for him to be to be that dude.
But that's the thing. He that's what he feels, because think of it like this: these are three guys that need the ball in their hands. KD can give it up because KD's given up
Right.
before.
Like, yeah.
Kyrie can give it up because Kyrie's given it up before. He's
Right.
had to give it up. You know what I mean? But Harden is one guy that
Yeah.
it seems like he's not giving that ball up. So when you bring him in, all Kyrie's thinking right now is like, oh my God,
Dude.
I'm never getting the ball.
Right.
Like, what can I do? Like, how am I supposed to grow? I want Steve Nash as a coach because he can mentor me into becoming a better player.
Uh-huh.
But now, it just seems like everything's shifted.
Dude.
So I just think
weird,
I just think Kyrie's going through something, and he's going through his demons again.
Yeah.
And maybe because he's found this new, like, spirituality, right?
Right.
He's like looking at the bigger picture.
He's like the J. Cole of rap. He's like, I don't need this.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna do my thing now. He might leave, bro. He might think like life is for my own personal sake than to be fighting these like demons, like you said, in basketball.
Yeah. Can I be straight up with you, man? I think if Kyrie went into podcasting and just talked ball and like whatever, and like he did like camps and stuff, he's not gonna live like a multi like basketball salary type life.
Well,
but he does. I don't think he thinks that. He's good. He doesn't care. He's like, I can take a bunch of much more less money.
He probably could. Imagine that, bro.
Listen, now this is the time where social media, right, is so key.
Dude.
The NBA is trying to become like this whole social justice thing and everything, but it's not working. Why? Because you're NBA athletes. Like, what do you?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, no offense. Like, obviously, what they're doing is it helps. Obviously, it helps. But I'm saying like, a lot of people look at it like that. But if he's just a social media person,
dude,
there's a lot more following.
That is actually a super good idea for him. I feel like right now, like
Kyrie, listen to this,
dude.
I'll
Like,
send this to you.
like he could make and be an NBA player because the moves that he does, that training that he does, like for ball control and all that stuff, that could be like some next thing where he could just like generation for like something great. Like
instead of one Kyrie, he can even what I'm trying to say is like he can play his whole career, right? And like kids can look at him and be like, oh my God, like I want to be like Kyrie, right?
Right.
But if he just steps away from the game right now and then just does that and he makes camps and he's personally invested, yo, Kyrie just made me such a good player. I'm going to go play in the NBA.
Right.
And I guarantee you a lot of kids are going to go into the NBA. You're going to have a lot more Kyries.
Dude.
You sacrifice one, to save
Dude.
hundreds, thousands. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I like that idea a lot, actually. That would be sick.
I'm gonna miss watching Kyrie play, obviously, but if he steps away, I'm okay with it.
So, like, what's our conclusion then in this situation? We don't know what he's doing right now. We don't know what is it because nobody's given any updates. We don't even know what's the deal. The last thing I heard was that
Yeah. You kind of feel it because he's kind of like, yo, I co-signed you to come onto this team. I think he thought that him and Nash had this like more than a player coach relationship. And oh, sorry. Ooh. And
yeah,
it's just I think he thought they had more of a coach player relationship, and when he felt like that relationship happened, which means like he started making moves without telling him,
yeah,
he's like,
that's it.
"What? You just forgot about me?" Like,
Yeah, yeah.
so I think Kyrie's just a sensitive person. I really do think he's just sensitive, but I just think he's just really like, how does I explain it? Like, he really knows what he's worth, and he really
Right,
wants. He knows how he wants to be treated, and if you don't treat him like that,
right.
it sounds bratty, kinda, cause like you can't expect everyone to treat you the way you want to be treated. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
But I don't know. I just think he can just avoid all this mental like stress by just leaving the game.
And yeah, and I wouldn't even be opposed to that. I feel like that's just gonna be a continuous problem for him if he's gonna
Yeah.
stick around. I really don't know. We'll see how it unfolds.
Oh yeah. Okay. I wanted to say this real quick. I have this in my hand.
Uh,
Um, I don't want people thinking I'm smoking a jewel. It's not a jewel.
this ain't no
It's
jewel.
it's this. You saw this. I'm gonna show this to them. There's this many flavors. Oh, is it right? Yeah. There's this many flavors.
What is it called again?
Alien Kush. So it's just a weed pen. It's I'm pretty high right now.
Yeah,
That's why I was so in touch with Kyrie. Our conscious was like
you were
connecting.
you were feeling it. So yeah, bro. What
What
else
is
you had written down?
what else do I got written down? Du- 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 du.
Let's be blunt podcast.
Oh, wait, let's just see. Let's see. If I have anything other basketball ones. Uh. Sorry. I saw one that we talked about before, but I don't even know if that episode was even posted because like remember how like I had those issues.
Okay.
Um, it was the LeBron talking about Kyrie like, oh, like I thought me and Kyrie had a good relationship because um I always want nothing but the best for him. Blah blah blah. Do you remember that?
Yeah, yeah, I remember. Yeah.
Do you think that also set Kyrie off too in a sense?
Dude, that's what I'm just thinking right now because like at the moment, right, this didn't
Yeah,
happen, but
but like that could be like added stress. It's kind of like, what the fuck? What are you talking about? He's like, you're telling like it's like LeBron,
imagine,
which is
bro.
like everybody loves LeBron. You know what
Yeah,
I mean? Most of the major sports media,
yeah,
I guess, is on LeBron's dick.
yeah.
And I just think he's like when he says he's like, oh, I don't know why he's acting like this. I just wanted the best for him. Blah blah blah. He's kind of like,
Right.
what do you? Why do you have to say it like that? You know what I
Yeah,
mean? You're making it seem like it's all me. I think even if like LeBron doesn't think it's
great.
him, I think it's like you don't even understand why I'm upset. You know what I mean? But
That's
you're saying it's all my fault.
yeah.
So,
I
like I said, I just think he's going through some serious mental
yeah.
issues.
That's good that you brought that back up because it'll definitely does. It does have something to do with it for sure.
100%. Because you can
That's
see
a big thing to
it
bring up now too, right? Because like that's already like thing that people already like I feel like had closure on or something.
Yeah.
Like it got re-brought like into the picture.
And then all of a sudden, plus because Kyrie was with KD at the time,
Uh-huh.
you're just kind of like, okay, so what if he does the same thing with KD? KD wants the best for him, but Kyrie's just gonna be an asshole.
Man. Yeah.
Did we figure it out, Yassine?
I think we did.
We figured it out.
Nobody
Okay.
knew.
Clip that.
We gotta clip that. I don't think people thought about that till now, bro. You did actually. You figured it out.
You know why?
Because of the weed, man. I'm joking.
Bro, my third eye opened. The aliens got me.
Damn.
Oh man. Okay, we'll go off basketball a little bit. What else? Oh, actually, no, we don't talk about Dr. Dre because we were talking about
Dre. The guy
Dr. Dre. You heard what happened to him, right?
Yeah.
That's so sad, bro.
He's back though. He's good.
Someone posted a video. Someone posted a video about it. Here, I'm gonna see if I can.
He posted a picture of him in the studio with a bunch of guys. Like he's back.
Yeah, he looks fine.
Right. Probably had the best of the best helping him out.
Oh yeah, but did you know that only, do you know what the survive rate is for having brain aneurysms?
Probably tight.
1 in 2 people survive. Wild.
Yeah.
1 in 2 people survive.
Right. So you have like a 50-50 chance, basically.
Yeah. And bro, didn't he get into a car accident too? Or am I just thinking of a music video right now?
You're probably thinking of like Tupac in a car or something. You think?
Yeah, because I remember Dr. Dre.
No,
you know what? That might have been a goddamn friggin' music video. It's too old.
Yeah, man. I mean, that's one of those things again, right? Like just when we saw Kobe,
Mm-hmm.
when I was in the damn grocery store and I'm seeing on Twitter R.I.P. Kobe, it's like what? So then when you don't think like that, Dr. Dre had a brain aneurysm, so random, right? Yeah. It's always like that, right? It's always like random moments. It's never predicted.
Yeah. Do you think the stress of the whole divorce kind of has something to do with it?
I don't know if aneurysms have to do with that. Couldn't it just happen to anybody?
Well, like, no, brain, like, yeah, it can. It happens randomly, actually. But like, I mean,
like, I don't know if it's linked to anything.
True.
But
do you ever like get like a really bad, like, you ever just like thinking so much and you just have like a really bad headache?
Then you just get an aneurysm.
You just oh fuck. Bro, they say stress can cause cancer.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. Like, when my mom got cancer the second time,
okay,
they thought they pretty much figured it was because of like stress induced. It's just a stressful time. You know what I mean? And so, yeah, like
I believe it. Like whether doctors like figured it out or not, like there's nothing I think to figure out with those type of things. Like there's definitely something, whether it's minimal or some, it has to do with I could see that.
Yeah. Here we move this. But yeah, bro. What else is there to talk about? That was a quick fucking.
Yeah,
that was a quick topic.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Ooh, okay. We're still on music. There's a couple more things I want to talk about. Do you think? Okay, you know Wu-Tang, right? Obviously, you can't not know them.
Wu-Tang.
Do you think that ASAP is like the new Wu-Tang?
Like it.
And like especially when they like I love ASAP. Like I just love the like and then like I've been really into like old school hip hop lately.
Okay.
So I'm listening to like a lot like everything.
Yeah.
But then like I'll on Spotify you can go on like music like this song. Okay. And then it'll put like other music that's like kind of similar to it.
Oh yeah.
So then that's how I kind of listen. I can't remember what playlist it was or like what song it was, but like
they turn on some ASAP.
They put ASAP in one of the songs. I'm just like, And then it clicked in my head. I was like, oh shit, like
Yeah.
they kind of are. You know what I mean? Like you know Flatbush and all of them. They got like Beast Coast. You know what I mean? So that's kind of like
It's also that kind of wave. ASAP is just a whole different monster though. That's like something that needs to be brought up when it comes to music. Like in like our generation,
mm-hmm,
2000, 2010,
mm-hmm,
2021, it's gonna be talked about just like how we looked at the 80s and the 90s and like what
mm-hmm.
kind of music. ASAP needs to be there.
It's like iconic.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
ASAP, the dollar sign in the middle. And
And yeah, yeah. You know you know what it stands for, right? Obviously.
Prosper or something.
Yeah, always strive and
Yeah.
prosper. It and like yeah, like 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 our generation. It's like it literally is our
Yeah.
generation's like Wu-Tang. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
like iconic songs like the Goldie, those like
Yeah.
black and white music video, New York, like you get to see that vibe. He did it, you know?
And that's what I'm saying. It's this. That's why I love the New York rap scene. You know what I mean? That's a lot of like the old school hip hop I listen to is like it's old New York stuff.
Yeah, bro. It's
You know
just
what I
like,
mean?
cause it's real. It's like people that were really in the city that wanted to like bring art,
Yeah,
you know, like live, like to the public. Amazing.
yeah. Like what is it? Big Pun, Joey Crack.
Cause
Bro,
it's just a
oh,
different, huh?
sorry. Speaking of Joey Crack, there's this. Okay, do you know who Dave Portnoy is? Right? Dave Portnoy. Yeah,
Oh, okay, internet celebrity. Yeah,
he's
yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah. Cool guy.
Barstool guy. Yeah. He does his podcast with this TikTok guy, Josh Rich Josh Richards.
Okay.
Jo- his name's Josh.
Price,
Um,
but I'm so.
I can't remember his name.
But
I actually listened to their podcast BFFs. It's pretty good. Like they have pretty like it's pretty funny. Um, but he brought up that Dave
yeah,
Portnoy
yeah,
got
yeah.
Fat Joy's number, right? And so he's telling the
Okay.
story, like, and he's hyped about it. And then the other Josh, he's like 19.
Uh-huh.
He's from Toronto.
Oh, okay.
He goes,
Yeah, yeah.
"Who's that? I don't know who that is." And I'm like, "Wow!" It made me feel old,
Right.
right? Because like, how do you not know who Fat Joe is, right?
That's so weird. Yeah.
But no, it's
It is very weird, man.
but yeah,
Because my
uh,
sister's 10 years younger than me, right?
yeah, 16, right?
Yeah. So like years makes me feel like there's so much stuff that's like missing. There is a gap. Like the 10 years did make a gap for some people like that she doesn't know who's who.
That's true. Because
And
they
it's
kind of stopped
weird.
within that 10 years, right?
Yeah, but it still seems weird because like I was still listening to certain she was growing up. Like I'm sure she heard it when I was playing it, but it's just like realm, right? Like in the end of the day, her personal time, like majority of what she was watching and doing was part of a different generation. Like you got to expose
It's true. My yeah,
it. Some kids that were born like 2000, 2000
yeah,
also don't get it either. I'm like, what?
yeah. When I worked at the last place, like that fun place I worked at, the factory. I was one of the oldest ones there. You know what I mean? Like in the
Uh-huh.
workplace. But like, it was crazy because like there's some what is it? Some references that like some of them would get. Like some of the coworkers would get that was close to our age, but
Uh-huh.
then there was some where like they just wouldn't get it, and we're just like, how do you not know this?
Yeah, yeah,
But then it just clicked in your head that like there's such an age gap.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Dude, like we're
And
so old, man. Like there's some would be like, oh, period. And I'm like, what's period? Like what? Like what are you
oh,
talking
when they say period,
Yeah, that's like a new thing to be saying. I'm like, what? People do that at work, and I'm like,
bro.
what?
My favorite thing is when they go, "That's on what? That's on period."
Yeah, it's like, what? Like, why would you say period?
Like, what does it mean?
I face so much of that stuff though, because not even age wise, it's also because I a lot. Dude, like you'd be
Yeah.
so surprised, like from like things when I talk to my friend in Chicago, like he still reminds me of like stuff that they say that like
Yeah.
nobody knows in Canada, nobody would know in Philly, nobody would know in Florida. It was like a Chicago thing.
Yeah.
Then I lived in only stuff they say in Philly that's like Mark, you probably watch YouTube videos, like things it's really that. Like you're gonna only find words over there that they
Yeah.
say. Like they could go that John. We're gonna do that John. That's like a accent,
It's just a noun.
that's like a slang that they say. Yeah, I'm like, what is that?
That's a
In
job.
Canada, when they were like, man, that's so bunk. I have a bunk bed. Like I have no idea what bunk is. You
We
know,
said that in Ottawa.
Ridgemont would say that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but what is that only a Ridgemont thing?
No, it
That's a
like
Canadian thing, right?
yeah, like I guess it's an Ottawa thing maybe then, because like that's what I was gonna say. Like, remember like Shog or like Kawal?
Yeah.
You know, like that's the like, and the thing is too, like a lot of the slang words we had were like different languages too. You know what I
That's like
mean?
the right Somali, like
Yeah, you got the Arabic.
Arabic. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So, oh man, it's funny because like the London slang is a little different
Okay.
too. They say certain things I don't even like. I can't remember off the top of my head right now,
When
but
you
like
work on them
there's
and they
definitely a lot of
say stuff, you're like, I never heard that before. Like,
I guess, but like I don't know. I feel like I guess because I heard it from like I guess people who are like younger than me.
uh-huh,
I just figured it was just new slang amongst the like that generation.
uh-huh.
You know what I
Or
mean?
maybe it was just a thing there.
Maybe it's just thing
Like,
here. And like
Toronto,
I
right?
left. Say it again.
Like Toronto, like definitely has like pure like certain things in their slang, and it's like only from Toronto, right? Like some
Yep.
crazy stuff like you don't hear
I think
anywhere
it's the
else.
accent
That's why we
too.
ever noticed that too. Drake like rarely does interviews, but when he did, certain things that he would say and be like, wow, like you can really see he's from Toronto. Like, because he's like a famous dude, like international, but like still from Toronto. Like you can tell the way he says certain things,
Do you know what the most Toronto thing is about Drake?
Huh?
Is doing other people's accents. That's a Toronto thing.
Really?
You yeah, bro. Like they had the like a lot of the words like they had like the patois words and stuff. You know what I mean?
Okay,
So like,
right, right.
do you know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
like it's because like Ottawa. You know what I mean? We have like Somali
Okay.
words. We have like Arabic words. Same thing with Toronto. Like because there's a lot more
Uh-huh.
Jamaicans in Toronto and stuff. So a lot of their words and their slang is like different languages.
Right,
That's
right.
what's the blessed thing about Canada is that this a lot of the slang actually you think about is
Uh-huh.
different languages. That's it.
Yeah, that's very true. Crazy.
Yeah. And so
The last thing too, I was gonna say, like when I was in New York for a few, and I was walking the
yeah.
streets and stuff, like the things you hear in like rap music or that like is like part of like or something, but it's really
Yeah.
like that's how people talk with their accents. They
Yeah,
talk
to
like
talk.
that. And they're like, dude was on the phone. I was getting a pizza slice, and he's on the phone. He's like, "Shit, I'm getting a slice, you heard?" Like he's just talking about like that's just how he talk. Like it sounds like it's from a song or something, but it's like
You heard
really
me?
how they talk. Like, yeah, man, it's crazy.
I met when I worked at the factory, I met a guy who's from New York, like straight New York. And he had like the slight accent and like you can hear like
There you go.
his name is Paul, like I can't remember John or like Paul or something like that.
Paul.
You know what I mean? He's like oh, he just sounded so New York that I just wouldn't stop talking to him just because I just wanted to hear it. I also think that Ottawa when I was younger, right? Like 10 years like I mean like not 10 years ago like when we were in high school, but 10 years ago before that, like when my brother was in high school.
Like when you were like what in middle
6.
elementary
Yeah.
school,
Yeah,
middle
like just
school.
starting kindergarten, you know what I mean? Like
Okay.
5, 6. That time, um I really do think like Ottawa was really New York influenced. Yeah, bro.
No, like
Cause like, cause I hear a lot of like my brother's just speaking slang sometimes with me, like just
right,
talking,
right.
and like I'd hear it and like I wouldn't think anything of it, but then I listen to Andrew Schultz's podcast,
Okay.
and then his friend Alex is super New York. Do you know what I mean? And I hear some of the
Yeah.
slang
Yeah.
he says, and I'm like, my brother used to say that. And I'm like, oh, this is what
Ah,
it is.
yeah.
And then I think of the music he used to listen to. He used to listen to a lot of Bad Boy. You know what I mean? He
Okay.
did listen to Tupac and stuff, but like my brother listened to a lot of like New York hip hop.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's actually funny.
It is something, bro.
Um, oh, the reason, okay, so the reason why I brought the whatchamacallit, the generation thing up,
Yeah.
like how like is ASAP the new Wu Tang and stuff.
Right.
Is
Right.
because now that we're in like the 20s, by the way, Happy New Year. I think I don't know if I said that to you before, but I'm gonna say
Right.
it to
Right.
you again. We're
17
17
days
days
in.
in. Um, but now that it's like we're in the 20s now, we're officially in the 20s. You know, like the roaring 20s, right? And you know how people
Okay.
are saying like, oh, like, we're in the 20s now, roaring 20s. Now that like with especially with COVID, we hit like a depression or
Okay.
whatever. And like I think the 20s started that time, right? After the
You're talking
depression.
about 2020?
No, like the 1920s.
1920s. Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah. 1920s. Okay.
Yeah,
The
let
depression.
me
Right. Right
let
around
me
there, like 1925 or 20 something.
Okay, here you go. I'll just put it up. I got this is from Wikipedia. I'll just put it up right here. I'll share the screen with you too. Uh, there you go. All right. So it says the Roaring Twenties refers to the decade 1920s in Western society.
Mhm.
It's honestly this is when like a lot of people were like rich and shit, right? The crazy years, like that super
Right. A little bit
partying and stuff.
different vibe, bro.
Do you remember The Great Gatsby?
Oh yeah, bro. That's like that embodies it, right?
Yeah. So yeah, as the Great Depression brought years of hardship worldwide.
Crazy. So as a
So this must have been like before the
girl, yeah, I mean, it was like a crazy different time, bro.
so yeah, so pretty much like all these things that happened, right? Like the what's the word I'm looking for? The important things that happened, right? The events of 1920. Do you
Okay.
think do you think in a sense like we're going to like redo those things?
Man, like,
Oh, what the
dude,
fuck?
I think about that a lot too. Just like, where does this go? You know, like, cause sometimes it's like we got hit with so much new,
Mhm.
like so much stuff that's new. Nobody knows how human beings are gonna deal with it. Maybe
Yeah.
how we're dealing with it now is not showing anything, but like
Mhm.
low. I don't know if that's gonna take it off topic, but I like literally I was telling my sister yesterday how I feel like before there were certain things that like people never had to deal with because obviously social media or the internet, like things are in your face all day.
Mhm.
And I was talking about like time wise, like I'm 26, I'm gonna be 27, and like seeing how many successful people there are in our age.
Yeah, I'm turning 26 in like 2 weeks.
In 2 weeks, it's
Yeah,
coming.
bro.
See? And like, and I was thinking like we get so influenced by other people, but before I feel like that wasn't a factor because one, it was so rare for somebody young to become somebody, or like
Right.
these like random things that like you
Mhm.
could be a number one artist when you're 16, or
Yeah.
like you could be freaking building something with Elon Musk with teen, like these crazy
Yeah.
things that happen now that never used to happen before.
Yeah.
And I would always be growing up thinking like, yo, if I make music, I could be like Chance the Rapper. He's 23 and he's already this guy in a
Yeah.
condo in Chicago with a kid, and that could
Right.
we see all that? But like before, people didn't have a chance to see that unless they know somebody close to them that might be in the same town as them or whatever it is. Like that's just one aspect that I'm thinking about, like in these times, like stuff has affected people.
Mhm.
And Gary Vaynerchuk always tries to make that clear to people. Be 40 and just starting a business, like you're still young.
Yeah.
because he's from that generation where like he was doing him. He was doing him. He
Mm-hmm.
was focused on him. He didn't get influenced by looking at other people saying that, oh, I'm too
It's patience. He's patient.
patient and just viewing himself. But that's just one aspect. Like I feel like there's so many new things that people are dealing with too. Like how you said, if you're bringing up the depression, I
Yeah,
think
yeah.
people are making loads of money in ways that like are just new doors that people didn't know are possible from before.
And that's what I'm saying. Like the 1920s, like a lot of people were like making so much money. You know what I
Right.
mean?
There was
They're
like
making this.
monopolies too, right? Like these
Yeah,
oil companies, like, there was some like huge monopolies that were going on that people didn't know about. I'm
yeah,
even hearing like Amazon's gonna have to be like completely restructured. The government's gonna have to do something because it's becoming, obviously it already has, but like there's no like stopping to what is happening with Amazon. Like it is our like new generation's monopoly. Like who would
yeah,
have thought somebody from his garage would think that you could ship stuff the way they do and do things the way they do and it would just expand like this, right?
yeah.
Um
That's what I'm saying. Like, do you think like in a sense we're doing the same thing? Like we're going
this is
we're
like
gonna have our version of
100
the
years
Roaring
later.
Twenties,
Uh-huh.
huh?
That's what you mean like 100 years later this is like the same thing. It's happening all over again.
Exactly. For example, like you know how they say like the every 100 years, like a pandemic comes,
Right? And it happened.
right? And so like in a sense, we're gonna go through the same thing again, but like in a sense um, we've advanced, we've
Right.
made it better. We have a way where like
Yeah.
everyone literally can make money.
Dude, yeah. Like there's
It's
people
so
sitting
easy
at
with the
home
internet.
making like thousands of dollars now.
Yeah,
Things that people predicted were going to happen aren't happening. Like they thought that people are going to be moving to the cities and they had like projections of like huge buildings and cities were going to be 3 times bigger. They
yeah.
stopped developing cities because they realized people can work from home and a lot of people in different states that you can buy a house that's like looks like $1 million home in Texas for like 200,000, right? You can go to Idaho or these random states that they have huge subdivisions with like major like developments and so beautiful and you can live your life there because you're doing everything through the internet now, for example.
And bro, think of it like this: if you spread people out more, which that's gonna cause more people to spread out.
Uh-huh.
What's the biggest thing with COVID too? Everyone, especially
It's
with New
so
York, you know what
compact,
I mean?
right?
It's so compact. Now, if more people are moving out of the city,
Yeah.
everything's more spread out. Now it's gonna be a little bit more safer.
Right.
Maybe that's how it's supposed to be. We're not supposed to be so close to each other.
It could be, yeah, it could definitely affect it. Like, gosh, man.
But yeah, that's just what pretty much what I was gonna say too was like, do
Yeah,
you think that's gonna happen? Like the 30s are like pretty much 2030 is gonna be like 1930, but in a new way. 2040,
yeah,
1940. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Are we gonna relive we're not gonna relive the 90s because like I mean hopefully we can because science,
Hmm.
um but like in a sense like are we gonna have another 90s like we say 90s early 2000s that's like one of the greatest eras, you know what I mean?
Right, right.
Are we gonna have that again but in like a more lit way?
I'm wondering what's gonna happen because what's really scary to me is like when I was learning from history is like there was always these like wars that would happen, very like crazy, like Civil War, that's real life, like that happened,
Yeah,
right? The war, like World War I, World War
yeah,
II.
World War II.
But then like with that whole peace treaty, there really hasn't been, yeah, of course, right? Fights in Afghanistan and things like this have happened, but
Yeah.
it's not like a world war. And like what from like the 1960s, we really like if you're just a average human, like average American or maybe even Canadian too, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
living a very peaceful life your whole life. And that's very rare for like any generation that has ever lived to experience.
Mm-hmm.
Like, because usually, like, any generation faced like something horrible or crazy, like at least once in their life.
Yeah.
Like, my grandpa, when he was born, it was right when the war ended in Poland.
In Poland.
And he faced like his childhood of being like very rough, like no
Yeah.
money, everything's destroyed. Like he can remember walking through streets with like buildings that were still like destroyed by
Broken.
like bombs and stuff.
Yeah.
Saw like skeleton bones, like in like parks and stuff.
He's seen the aftermath of it
Yeah,
and like how
like,
people have reacted to the aftermath.
right. And
That's
so
crazy.
right, but then like so he didn't have to really see an actual war take place, but
So he
like
got lucky.
right, but like he saw like the transition of Poland like becoming like better and like
Yeah.
whatever you want to call it. So it's like, what does that mean for us? Do you think I get scared sometimes? I'm thinking like we think life is so sweet. Like we're gonna be in a situation where like we're freaking backpacking, like some like cities destroyed or something because people
Some
lose.
Walking Dead.
Yeah, like maybe we will, and like people aren't ready for it. We're so used to being so comfortable at home and stuff like that. Like,
Can I be honest with you, man?
yeah.
I it's funny you say that because I've been following a lot of survival pages
Oh, so you could be ready for this?
and like I'm like looking at stuff like, you know what I mean?
Right.
And I shit you not, it's so I can get ready for it. I want to get ready for the like what's the worst thing you think that can happen to this world?
Dude, the worst thing in this world that can happen?
Yeah.
Well, that would be
Like
what, a nuclear explosion. Everybody's gone.
no, I mean like in a sense like what can like yeah, that's true. That's the worst thing, but I mean like imagine um the power grid breaks like a solar flare or something.
Yeah,
Boom. No power, no nothing.
right.
We're going to go back to the dark ages, right? So do you like in a sense like that because that's such a possibility. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get myself ready for that. I think that's worst case scenario because no internet, no nothing. Like the fact that there's no internet,
Yeah,
a
like
lot of the stuff that we use is based off internet.
yeah, that is a
Do you know
big.
what I mean? Based off power, electricity.
Mm-hmm.
I guarantee you, if that happens, 90% of the world actually, you know what? No, third world countries, you're cool. You're right because you already know this is how you're already living.
Yeah,
The Western world, we're fucked. So I'm trying to prepare for that.
I'm I'm just wondering if like other than like like
Oh wait, you're cutting
the
out.
way it is. Oh,
I start that
can you hear
again.
me
I
now?
heard keeping society the way it is. That's it.
Yeah. Oh, bro, by the way, are you able to make your screen to be like in the middle? Because I haven't been able to see you since you shared your screen.
Oh shit! I stopped sharing my.
Something like that.
There you go.
There it is. Okay. Okay, yeah. No, I was saying like what did I say again?
Oh shit! You're like huge now. Oh, I think I know what happened because I shared the screen. It whatchamacallit. Here, wait 1 second. I'm gonna pause this. All right, be back.
Okay, yeah. Saying again.
Um, I really don't remember, but we talk about the world like the world not ending, but like
Yeah.
um survival.
Survival. I don't know if that was what it was, but to not hold it back, like, don't you think how crazy it is how like everything really is based on the internet nowadays? Like
Yeah,
that would be
bro.
a huge thing to have that.
We're so dependent.
Like there's really everything that we do, we've transferred it over to like needing to be through it pisses me off sometimes to be honest. Like there's so many things nowadays where like even before like there could be internet. You could use the
Hmm.
computer if you want, but you can still call
Yeah,
places. You can still go in. It's like because of COVID, you can't go into places, so that's
you
out of
have to use the
it.
internet.
And like the phone, the thing on the phone, it's like people are trying to force you, like even on like automated, to like
Hmm.
talk for the first 5 minutes of the phone call, just trying to tell you like you could do this easier if you go on the website and you go
Yeah,
this and then I'm
yeah,
like, but it's not easier. I go on the website, it's not. I don't find what I'm looking for
yeah.
to someone help.
Banks do
Huh?
that. Banks do that. They'll be like, "Oh, I'll walk you through it."
Yeah. Yeah.
What? This one's small.
Sometimes it's like I need to talk to somebody and they're like, "Why don't you email? We get to you faster." Like, dude,
Hmm.
it's like not the same. It's not the same. I don't like this. But what I mean by that too is like imagine because we're being so forced into just like it needs to be through the internet that it's
Mm-hmm.
cut off. Like people have to like readjust now to get back into.
Like, okay, because we're talking about like how we're so dependent on like electronics and like all this stuff. I'm gonna talk about aliens just 2 seconds. I don't want to talk too much about aliens today because like I'm making a whole episode where I just do this with you. But like it's this is a quick one because I'll talk about it in the episode. There was a thing in Rua, Zimbabwe, at the school where aliens came down, and all these kids saw them. All these kids saw them, and they explained it and like all this stuff, and they were saying that when they were looking at them, something was like telepathically like telling them, like,
Something.
like it was them, but like it was their telepathically telling them, don't. The world is becoming too dependent on like technology. We're getting too technological. There you go.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? And like we should be. Wait, this is 1994, I think. In the 90s, I think somewhere around there. Um, and so fast forward, so we'll say 1990, so 30 years. Look at us. We're so dependent, and it's crazy. Like I'll when we do the episode, I'll show you all the notes and stuff. But it's crazy, bro. So yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like I just think that even though we're becoming like better, I guess, in a society like where you can do so much, because you're able to do so much, you're actually also losing it, but you can't see what you're losing really. It's like slowly being taken away from you. And so why does this keep changing? The Yeah, it's funny because it'll just randomly just be pop, just change. It's all good. I can fix it real quick.
Dude,
Anyways,
I mean, dude, that thing it goes deep, man. Like I know you like to go deep into things. Like,
oh yeah.
I mean, do you feel the same way like how I do when it comes to like this is me straight up. Like I'm on Instagram, like I'm
Mhm.
always on it because I'm trying to like mainly promote myself. I can see
Mhm.
what people are doing, and it's like, you could tell me if I'm wrong. I like having conversations with people. Like
Mhm.
I think that like I use social media so that I know what's going on in the world,
Yeah.
but it's like also has to do where it's like I feel like I need to know what's going on. It's not that it's like because I want.
You need to know because if you're out of the loop, then like you're actually missing a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I know
Like
exactly what you mean.
sometimes I feel like, wait, what? Like what happened? I didn't know about that. It's gonna make me want to like follow somebody that's in that circle
Mhm.
so that I know next time what is going on in that circle. I might not be so interested in this guy's YouTube channel, but I'm gonna subscribe because he might have a video that's gonna be influenced later that I might see in the news and that I'm gonna know what's going on. Like so that I
Okay.
know what's going on and that I know what's because I need people to see me. I
Yeah, yeah.
The only reason why they need to see me is because of my music. Like how do
True.
you promote yourself nowadays? You need to use social media because everybody's on it.
Everybody's on it.
If I didn't make music, like if or no podcasts, if there was no reason for me to use those things, I wouldn't be on it. I don't care to post a picture of myself because I don't care how many people like it.
Yeah.
I don't need to go online, but it's like even like motivational wise too. I like to be motivational, connect with people and
Mhm.
stuff. But it's almost like I like I don't need to do it, but subconsciously it's like I feel like I need to because like how else am I going to connect with people? Because nowadays you can't really connect with people in person so easy anyways. So then
That's
how
true.
do I
There's no
do it?
MSN either.
Right. Like you kind of like I do need to use social media.
Yeah.
Almost. Like if I really break it down, it's like, but unless
It's
I
like using it responsibly.
yeah.
You know
Yeah,
what I
because I
mean?
know some people that like, they're going to school and they want to be somebody, right? And they're like in this realm where they're gonna be like, I don't know, let's say a doctor or something.
Yeah.
They're making a big impact in their life. They
Yeah.
don't need social media.
Yeah.
They really don't because they're doing their own life and they're probably living a healthy life. They don't need to do this. They don't need to do that.
Yeah.
The other thing that affected me too is because I moved a lot. So like there's some times where I don't even really use Facebook, but I have Facebook because there's particular people that do use Facebook that if I need to connect with them through Messenger, I'll have Facebook.
That's how I talk to my parents.
See? Yeah.
Yeah. That's the
WhatsApp,
only reason why I have Facebook.
there's some people that only use WhatsApp. I can't talk to them anywhere else.
Oh my god, I hate WhatsApp.
Right.
Oh, all my family talks on there,
You see?
and like even like back home, like
They'll be
they
making
all use it.
groups and stuff,
Oh, bro. Oh
sending
my
so
god,
much stuff. Yeah.
it sucks. I deleted it.
You deleted it.
I deleted it. You use it?
I muted it.
Mute it? I mute it too, but then like it's just I just go to it and like I'm like I just miss so much where I can't catch up.
Yeah, you're like, I'm done.
But like I can message you on Facebook or something. If you want to
Right,
talk to me, you can talk to me
right.
there.
But you tell me like that thought process that I'm having, do you have similar thought processes when it comes to that? Or like what's your view on that?
Like you like using social media and like all this stuff.
Yeah, like
Yeah, no, like I'm the same way. I don't. If you look at my Instagram, I don't post a lot. Like I posted
yeah.
when I went on vacation.
Like what's your view on following?
Uh, I follow my friends. You know what I mean? Like, and like I'll be honest with you. Like, if I didn't see it, like this is no disrespect. You know what I mean? Like, but like if I don't see it, if I don't see you post, whatever, I don't care. Like, I follow a lot of like meme pages because it's just funny. It's entertainment. I follow a lot of people. Um, I follow some celebrities, but like if I follow like comics and stuff, only because like they have like their podcasts. They put clips of their podcasts on, or like they'll just. I'm just interested in their life. Like what are you doing and
Right.
stuff. And also,
Yeah.
I'm like I'm inspired.
Right, right.
You know what I mean? It's kind of like the motivation thing. You go on like
Yeah, yeah.
you can see some motivation on there. Like that's another reason why I follow people,
Right.
celebrities. But like I don't do any like I just do that for myself. You know what I mean? I don't care what anybody else thinks. Like what I post. You know what I mean? Like how many likes I get.
Right.
All this stuff. I think that is using social media irresponsibly.
And what do you mean? Were you
Like, because like you can use social media in a responsible way, which is you do this for yourself.
uh-huh.
I follow people that can help improve my life, whether it be the path I take, the motivation they give. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
the exact like you know what I mean? Like just I look at people where it's kind of like they motivate me, they inspire me to do things.
Do you think that's affecting us subconsciously that off of like things that normal human being like because I always think like that like what is like a natural thing as humans that we have these feelings of course right like of being motivated of being like determined like being focused and doing certain things. Do you think like this branch off of like getting motivation from like YouTube videos and like Instagram and stuff like that is like subconsciously messing with us, or it's a healthy thing and like this is okay? Like,
I think it's kind of healthy and kind of fucked up. Only because think about it like this too. Like, what is something said to be successful? You're successful when you're like the dumbest person in the room. Like when people say that, it just means Rochelle tells me this all the time. Like you want to be the dumbest person in the room because you learn from everybody.
yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's what I'm saying. Like, but like if you can't surround yourself with that, or like you're just not in a space where like you can surround yourself with that, because it is very hard to find people that will motivate you, that will like you have interests with, right? So if you can't surround yourself, so you surround yourself with something that's always in your hand, which is your phone.
Yeah.
So in a sense, you are surrounded. That's what I'm saying. You surround yourself with what motivates you.
Yeah.
But if you're on it just to like look at chicks and all that stuff, like I just think that's stupid.
Right.
You know what I mean? What like
Yeah.
I
You're being real.
I guess people are probably saying like, oh, you're probably saying that because you have a girlfriend. That's just how I am
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
I just don't see like anytime you see a girl post a picture, a lot of the times you'll be like, you just want
Yeah.
validation,
Like that's like the norm.
which
That's
is
like we already know that's what it is. You can't tell me no,
yeah,
you know?
exactly. So like in a sense, like I like stuff not to just like it, which is a lot of what a lot of people do. They'll just like go across and just double tap. I like things because I
Yeah,
genuinely like it. Like it's something nice. I think it's a nice picture, or I think what was said. Like if it was like a quote, the quote is nice. The highlight is
of
nice. You know what I
course.
mean? Um, but going back to like using it responsibly, like I just think if you use it to keep yourself motivated, to keep it in as a
Yeah.
tool, then social media is not a
Yeah.
bad thing. But what 99, I hate to say like this, I'm just exaggerating, but like what a majority uh why the people use it, a majority of the reason why is because irresponsibly they just use it for validation. They just use it to probably like creep on people. They use it to like judge other people because they're going through
Right.
it just like,
Right.
oh, you commenting stupid shit like hate, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
So I just think like when you use it like that, then social media is a bad thing because
Right.
that's the dark side of it because those people are on there. I don't know if I answered your question or anything. I just feel
No,
like
no,
I
but
went on
that
a
because it is just
rant.
like a wide open discussion, right? Like what is
Yeah.
all this? You know, like what is going to happen? You know, like
Mm-hmm.
what is happening to us when we're using it? I know they have like the whole Netflix special about it and stuff like that, but it's
Oh,
yeah,
sorry. I was gonna say this. TikTok, for example.
yeah,
It seems like once some of these TikTokers get hate for something they did wrong, it's like yes, you have the people like shit. Like some people are just saying some foul stuff, but like they're just like, oh, like people are so negative, this, that. But I'm like, but you did something wrong. You're not understanding that. You're trying to surround. That's that validation thing. You're trying to surround yourself with like yes people. Like if you did something wrong, no one can call you out for it.
yeah.
And that's the price of fame. Whatever you do, you know what I mean? Sorry. Okay, can you explain what you were trying to say again? It escaped my head, and I was trying to like go along with it. Yeah. Hmm. 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 Birth. Yeah.
Like, does that do anything different to the human psyche that like no other generation has ever had to face?
Oh, 100%.
We don't even know because like this is normal to us. But
Yeah.
maybe we are acting and we're being very different than anybody else has before.
Okay, I know what you're trying to say. Think about it like this. How sensitive do you think the our generations has gotten since like we'll say since back in the day? Slowly and slowly, it seems like
Right?
it's getting like
That's a
softer
joke
and
that they be
softer.
bringing up now, right? That like this generation is like they cry, they like get mad by anything,
Yeah, and like the amount, like the way they flip out, it's like whoa.
bro,
You know what I
relax.
mean? But they've become sensitive because of the way social media is being used. They're seeking the validation in social media. Do you know how many times I've seen someone post something on Instagram, like a bunch of stuff, and then all of a sudden they delete everything, and then they start again.
Yeah.
What the fuck are you doing?
Right, right.
You know what I mean? So like, I just think that like it that's what I mean. Like, I just think if you use it responsibly, then like it can actually help you. You can have a generation of motivated people.
Right.
Imagine being motivated and like you want to do something and like in a sense you're down for the grind in a time like this.
Yeah. Yep. Hmm.
Shit's gonna come nice.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But because everything's so quick now, right? Like people go viral and people like go off. Everyone thinks it's so easy
Hmm.
where they're not down for the grind.
Yeah. Yeah. It's true.
You surround yourself. You look like on your Instagram. If you just look at people that are like just viral people,
Yeah.
that's the type of life you're gonna live. You're just gonna be a viral, like you're just gonna live that viral life where it's like you go off and all of a sudden, if you go away, then your life is nothing.
Right.
So that's a,
Yeah.
yeah. I guess that's how I feel about social media.
Do you think that social media, maybe this is a bit more conspiratorial, but like,
Let's do it.
because that's already been figured out that like life is all about time and how do you take somebody's time for money, right? Like that's what it basically equates to if you really break it down on the
A
most
9 to 5 job,
9 to 5 job, you need to be in those hours to make that money, right? If
8 hours out of 24, you are working.
you're working, somebody figured that a screen can be very addicting. So you
Mm-hmm.
put whatever you can on there to keep somebody looking there, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's bringing money to them. Like that's like the ultimate like thing, right? It's like having something addicting in front of your face. You can't get away from it.
Yeah.
Is that like is that a is that like going to completely turn like the human race to like the worst of us? Like it's just gonna like turn us into a direction that like we've never expected before. Where like I'm thinking of the totally opposite spectrum that like everybody tried to use their time wisely. Like there was a thing where you live your life as a human, you have to have certain things done, right? Like you need to, whatever it is, spend time with your family. And
Yeah.
super important. You need to read a book at least, a
Yeah.
little bit each day. You need to set goals for yourself. You need to take care of yourself physically. You need
Mm-hmm.
to, eat the right, like all these like basic things
Yeah.
will go away because it's like
Oh wait, you
just going through
you cut out
Instagram, right?
completely. One
You're not
second.
doing that once. Oh, okay.
Okay, go start again. Sorry.
I said like, somebody saying I wasted time on Instagram just scrolling through all night
Yeah.
or something. You could have had a good night's rest. And that's not just one night. That's somebody that's doing it every single night.
Yeah. Yeah.
Somebody that's sitting in his car, he could have went home and ate well and did this and that. He's sitting in his car on Instagram for an hour. He forgot the whole hour had went by, right?
Yeah. That's the dangerous part about TikTok because they're so short. And you just
And you just
go
want
through
to
it. Yeah,
go,
and it
right?
automatically swipes for you too.
Right. And then it's like, I don't know. I feel like I was going through something like going into like some conspiratorial thing. Like I said about TikTok too. Instead of doing something with your time wisely, you're
Mm-hmm.
sitting down trying to set your camera up to do this dance and you keep
Yeah.
retrying it because you want to nail it and then you
Yeah.
need to post it and you need to do all that for what?
Exactly. Exactly.
No, that was perfect. It's like
I sound like a TikToker there. Jeez.
no,
But exactly, that's what I mean by using it responsibly. If you're there just like popping like the moves and everything, then what are you doing? But if you're on there, putting like if you put like informational videos or like you do like how-to videos,
hmm
how-to videos I think are great.
Right, right.
You know what I mean?
It does help a lot.
Bro, I I don't know shit about a lot of the stuff.
Yeah, it would be
YouTube,
impossible to do, right.
that's the greatness about YouTube.
I think you nail it when you say responsibly.
Yeah, and the thing is, I, I don't know what it was. This could be our fault because it was given to us at such a young age, and
Yeah,
like technology and stuff. Because like let's think of it, 10 years ago, this wasn't that much of an issue. Cyberbullying was, but that's because it was so new.
all
You know what I
right.
mean? But like this whole social media thing, like it seemed like it was probably gonna be like used for like good,
Yeah,
but it's just something flipped. I don't know, maybe it is the way social media actually shows it, like the like button, the comments, you know what I mean? Like this is what they're saying about in
and then
the social dilemma. They put things where it's like they made you irresponsible because they gave you stuff. Like you're trying to go on a diet, I'll give you snacks here and there. All of a sudden, like because you got these snacks, you're like, oh shit, diet goes down the drain. Like so, the goodness of social media is going down the drain
hmm
because you've put so much junk into it. You gave them so much junk food already.
yeah,
So and they talk about that too, right? Like I created the like button, the comment section, like the recommended and stuff.
Like I'm just thinking like because my brain just goes so crazy like the amount of like the content, the amount of content I
Mm-hmm.
feel like is through the roof.
Mm-hmm.
Like I would want to see the number right now, like of what it is, like because I'm doing music right now, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
I see like it's not about like the album that you put out that's gonna impact people for the next 10 years. It's like the song that you put out today is
Mm-hmm.
going to influence people for a week. You
Yes.
put out
Yes.
a song a day. Now you can make music at home just like that, right? It's so easy. It's
Mm-hmm.
not like you're Michael Jackson and you're gonna be like this star for the next 40 years and you're gonna
Yeah.
get this spotlight.
Yeah.
Even Lil Wayne said it too. I think they asked him, do you see any of these young guys that you would like to sign right now? He said, I don't want to sign anybody because this generation is so different. You will never run into another Drake or another
Yeah.
Nicki because you can't set up that way anymore.
Yeah.
You need to be somebody that pops off of TikTok. You need to be somebody that's just like a trend, and you're going to be, like it's going to be very hard to find
Yeah.
sort of person.
Think of it like this too, like Meg Thee Stallion, Cardi B, because you said Nicki Minaj, right?
Right.
They pop off when they put something on,
Yeah.
and then you don't hear about them. You
Right.
hear about them when one gets shot in the foot. You know what I
Right.
mean? You hear about them when one divorces her husband.
It's because like it's too much. It's too
Yeah.
much for a human being to deal with. Like that's what I was always thinking about is like, what about like us individually? Like what
Mm-hmm.
are we doing? Like we have our own lives too. We don't have enough time to look at the hundreds of things that are going on in the world.
All
If
right.
you have time to look at Max Holloway, UFC, everybody else that's fighting,
That was so nice.
the top rappers that are out, the new rappers that are up and coming, the new
Mm-hmm.
movie that's coming out, the hundreds of series that are out on Netflix right now. Like, bro,
Yeah.
when do you want me to do this right now?
Yeah. I'm so busy.
When, how, who, what, when, where, why? Like, I feel like my head explodes sometimes when I think of it. It's like, where does it end? Because it's only getting worse.
Yeah.
It's getting easier
Mm-hmm.
to put things out and to do. And that's like a real discussion because we're in the middle of it, right? We're like, trying to put this podcast together,
Mm-hmm.
this music. It's out of something because we love to do.
Yeah.
Like, it's almost like getting bombarded by other people that are just getting involved in it that aren't in it for the same reason.
Yeah.
It's like there's so much that plays into effect in it, man. It's like I don't know where does this lead to, you know?
Fuck. I was gonna say something like it skipped my head. That's what I mean. Like it's because everyone just lives for the viral moment and thinks the viral moment is it's like 15 minutes of fame. 15 minutes of fame, viral is just a synonym for 15 minutes of fame. Or 15 seconds of fame, sorry.
15 seconds, yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? That's literally it's crazy to think it like that because
Yeah.
TikTok videos are like 7 seconds long or like you know they're like so short.
Yeah.
And but that's what I mean like um I just think because
Do you think it's gonna end?
no.
Do you think that it will
Uh,
ever end to have like these 15-second of fame people? Do you think it's gonna end like how you said, right? Because that's the main thing that people say, whether you're an artist or whether you're in podcasting, whatever you do, right?
mhm.
You really love it, you're doing it for years, you will be somebody.
Mhm.
And then it'll be like you're actually you're supposed to be here because you have worked out hard for these amount of years to be there.
Yeah.
Because the other people are doing it just for fame, just because like I don't know, for money. It could be for certain reasons
Mhm.
that aren't lifelong, something that they love to do and something that they want to do for.
Exactly. No one's genuine anymore. I'll be honest with you. I don't think a lot of people are genuine anymore. Everyone's thinking about themselves.
Yeah.
I mean, it is good to think about yourself because at the end of the day, it's you that goes into that casket. You know what I mean?
The difference of like what you mean by that.
Yeah, but just don't be selfish,
Selfish, right, right.
right? Like, I can't remember where I was going with this, but like, what I was trying to say is that like, oh man, I smoked a lot of that pen. God damn.
Man.
I don't think it's going to end only because okay, this actually, I was thinking about a stat. There are more active phones than there is people in this world.
How?
That's what I'm saying.
Because people have two phones.
Kevin Gates, bro.
Is
He set a trend, bro.
that why?
Maybe. You know what I mean? But the thing is, like,
Because people die and their phone are still active.
maybe, or like, you have a lot of people have burners. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
You like that's what I mean. Like, I just think. So what I was trying to say is that, like, I just think, will it change? I just think if people notice it and I just think people need to get on the same page and notice this thing and be like, yes, this is a problem. We need to fix it.
Yeah, but don't you feel like there's still gonna be those assholes or whatever that they just think life is supposed to be like that, always trying to find the sketchy way out of things, like always trying to be that person?
Then treat him like an asshole. Don't give him that attention. You know what I mean? They're acting like an asshole. Then treat him like an asshole. Oh my god. Yeah, you know what? I don't think it's gonna change. I forgot about the deep web, the dark web. Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, yeah. Sorry, that was my cat trying to get on the thing. Hmm. Oh, you cut out again. You can blow
With
up on
but
YouTube.
money from those views because it's all fake YouTube.
So you can blow
You
up on
blink
YouTube.
by pay, right? You could pay,
Oh
right?
yeah.
But then it's like it's not real. And YouTube obviously recognizes it because however they do it to make the views. So you
Hmm.
won't even get paid for it, but the views will be there, the likes will be there. But like what does that mean? It's all artificial.
It's like buying likes and stuff,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, same thing. Yeah.
Yeah. I see, and this is what I mean. That's it's the validation because it's just like the
You
visual
know
of
that
it
there's companies that work with record labels when they set up an artist to say that,
for likes
uh-huh,
and shit.
you pay,
Oh my
and it's
god.
crazy. There's a whole thing. It's like 20 to $30,000 that they'll put together and have a whole strategy with like a social media specialist agency,
Hmm.
and they'll break down all the social medias and they'll strategize to be like, if we give this artist, let's say 80,000 followers, like
Hmm.
you know, because that's somebody's job, so they're gonna try to put on point. Every post that he puts, about 10,000 likes, then it's gonna be 20,000. He's gonna have these many comments, which are fake comments.
Yeah.
You customize each comment, bro. Like it's a whole thing, so that you, when I'd say I'll be on here and I'll be like, oh, did you hear that new artist? Like da da da. Okay, you'll check him out. It's off of what you see. You'll be like, damn, okay, he's got this many likes, got that many.
Oh, because I'm so happy you said that.
Yeah.
But no, continue what you're saying. I'll see what I gotta say after.
I'm just saying, like, yeah, so then everybody thinks that he's somebody because you see that. And then, you know, so like, I don't like that, so I don't do that. So that's what makes me, sometimes I think
It's
about it.
like cheating.
But yeah, and I sometimes think, like, I'm worried that, like, do people even care to look at the page when they say I only have 700 something followers? Because I'm not paying for these, how many people I know, these, how many people follow me, whatever. Does it matter?
It it matters, like,
It's
technic.
like, I
Oh,
feel like
sorry,
I don't,
you cut out again. My
I
bad.
sometimes think people are going to see that and be like,
Hmm. Yeah.
aren't that famous that I talk to them and I don't mind. Like that's their choice. They're choosing to have 10,000 followers, which are fake. You know, they're
Yeah.
choosing to always boost their stuff.
Hmm.
because they do believe that that's the way to do it. So then it's like, if I'm friends with that person, does everybody in the world know that like that all that stuff that he has isn't all real and like
Yeah.
actually keeping it real? Like,
It's like a gold digger effect, bro. It's like you're not giving someone the time of day because of the fact they only have this many followers, whatever. But then someone who has like a bunch more followers, like thousands of followers, which means like in a sense like it's like more money.
yeah,
Oh, you must be somebody, but you're not. It's just because
it's
like it's
not
all fake. But the thing is, that's what sucks is because social media is based on followers, likes. You know what I mean? That kind of stuff. That's why we look at validation because it's like, oh my god, you have this many likes. That means this many people like it. That means it must be good.
right.
So I think it. I can't remember where I heard it, but like I heard on podcasts they'd be like, oh, get this person on, or like put like this person should be on the podcast. But like, okay, how many followers do they have? How many listeners do they have?
Yeah,
So in a sense, it's kind of like, who cares? What if they're just a small like? What if they actually have something to say?
right.
You know what I mean? But because you base on who they know
Mm-hmm.
or like who knows them,
Yeah,
you base it on that. That's kind of selfish if you think about it. Because like, okay, I'm only gonna get like 1,000 followers. That's it. And versus someone who has like hundreds of thousands of followers. So
crazy.
no, I just think it sucks because of the fact that it just because someone doesn't have a lot of followers doesn't mean they don't have some there doesn't mean they're not good.
Yeah,
It just means in a sense it's like actually grinding your way to the top versus cheating.
yeah.
That's it literally goes right back to that.
But you see, the thing, like, I feel like before when somebody would cheat, like, you would know that they cheat and then they wouldn't, like, get anything out of it.
But people call people out about like buying fall like on YouTube and stuff like
You
this
do.
like that yeah some like they call people out like oh you like you're buying followers blah 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 like all this stuff and
Yeah.
people get shit for it
Yeah.
but like
Some people get away with it, I guess.
some people get away with it because like no one really gives a shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because they already have such a following.
Yeah. Yeah.
So so in a sense, it's like I don't know. I guess maybe that's why TikTok is like I guess good because like you know like they say the algorithm for TikTok is if you start, it's more likely that your first video or something goes viral or like it gets seen a lot, but then it just stops.
Yeah. Then it's like
So
people know you, then it really has to be off of people that know you. And
exactly.
yeah.
And the fact that it's yeah, and because of the fact that it's only like that one viral like or that one very popular one,
Yeah.
they don't get a chance to see the next one because the next one could be even better.
Right.
But they
Right.
won't get the chance to see it because they're like, all right, you got your one.
Uh-huh.
See ya. So I think TikTok maybe had a good idea of it because maybe if you like kept people on like instead of like a for you page type thing, I just think they should just be like these are the people that are just posting.
Yeah.
Just post, 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 post. You see everyone's post. I
That-
just think they just filter it so much.
yeah. Yeah.
But I don't know, man. I just think yeah, social media probably definitely controls who sees what.
Yeah. They do. They do.
And yeah, that's what they like. So maybe that's what it is. It's the big dogs controlling everything. Like, okay, I want people to see this more.
Yeah.
I want people to see. It's like news too, right?
Yeah. Yeah. It
I
has,
want you to see this thing, but they're not gonna see this.
right, because somebody has to be control over it. Because how do you choose what to show? You can't show everything at the same time. So then,
I think whoever controls what's getting put on TV controls who, like, gives the clearance on like top secret stuff,
mm,
like the aliens.
yeah,
Sorry, last time I bring it up.
alien. They need
But
to.
you know what I mean? Like, I just think that like I don't know. Maybe this whole like control thing is actually like really really legit.
Yeah.
This whole brainwash thing, it's really legit.
So,
Which is scary, but like I just think people need to just notice it more.
yeah.
But it's just like it just seems like they just have these filters on their heads. That's why you smoke weed and do shrooms. No, I'm just kidding.
That is the answer.
That's the answer, man. That is the answer. But I just think we were just taught to trust so much, right? That we just trusted too much.
Right.
Because
Gee.
I guess they used to say like, oh, news used to be news. Now it's not news anymore because everyone just goes for clicks now, which is the social media. Like it literally goes full circle again.
And yeah, man. It's
The the news system is based off social media now.
yeah.
News shouldn't be social. Like I guess news is social media, but like it shouldn't be like the celebrity type social media where like these tabloid TMZ.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Anyways, here, let's see what other
Yeah,
things I got.
there.
Um. Oh, okay. This is actually since we're talking about society. Um. Sorry, one sec. Since we're talking about society, physically, do you think society has gotten stronger or better
Physically?
physically?
Like what do you mean? Like they people work out and stuff, so they're stronger?
Yeah, I mean, like physically, I feel like because of science and all this stuff, like we have all these like
Hmm.
and all that. So we're able to get stronger, bigger, steroids and stuff, right? Steroids
Right.
like is new and everything, right? Back
So,
in the day, it
I
wasn't really
mean, yeah, in a way, bro, we're becoming superhuman. Like it's so easy nowadays to get like
genetically modifying. You know what I mean?
you. Yeah. Like now, bro, there's even some stuff like I thought was crazy before where I would be like, if I have some extra money, I might do something like that. Like because it'll if it's something that'll help me personally,
Yeah.
bro. Like I don't know, did you hear this crazy thing you can do? Get a six pack in one day.
What the fuck?
You can,
How?
and it's a legitimate six pack because it's scientifically proven the way how to create muscles. There's
Mm-hmm.
a machine that they like put on your stomach.
Okay.
You go in for a session, and you probably have to go in for a couple sessions, but
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
already off of the first session, it's like as if you did some crazy number. You can look it up, like 500,000 sit-ups.
Are you sore as fuck after? Probably.
But you don't it's not even like that. It's like magic, bro. And there's like it's legit. You can see that the people come out with the abs, bro.
Bro, okay. You
Like
know what? That's actually trippy. I
come
think okay, you know what? Here, watch this.
at
I remember seeing this thing back in the okay, old fat burner.
dude.
Wait, old school fat burner. Machine. Bro, I remember seeing like these old. Yeah, here. I'll show you right here. Dun, dun, dun. Actually, wait. Go here. So, do you know those things where it like wraps around your waist
Uh-huh.
and then it just like starts shaking like crazy?
Uh-huh. Yeah, yeah.
Is it like that?
Dude, like I don't yeah, like I was thinking if it's that, but it's obviously probably something more scientific now or like modern or whatever.
Yeah. Vibration belt. That's what it's called.
Dude, like type in body sculpting six pack and then you'll see that tighten your toned abdomens.
Oh, is it like? Oh, I know what you're talking about. Do you see it on like Instagram and stuff? They like put it on their thing and it just starts like shaking like crazy with like a machine.
I guess so, yeah. I didn't even see the machine. I just kept seeing the before and after images.
Bro, I know exactly what you're talking about. Yes, I've seen these before. And dude, it's crazy because like it literally is just an advancement of technology.
Dude, like you don't have to why would you want to do any workouts if you
Yeah, they
could
have it for like your arms too, I've seen. Like for your chest and arms and like it just vibrates like crazy
right.
and you just take it off.
And it is,
I know what you're talking about. It's like it's crazy because like it used to be this thing where like it wraps around your body and like you stand there and it just like shakes you like crazy.
yeah.
Wow.
But
That's
like
nuts.
you're saying like smarter. Yeah, dude, like how many things are out there now that like you take it like you can focus better and you can, do this
Yeah.
and this and
Alpha brain.
you don't have to yeah. You don't
Yeah.
have to do sniff coke anymore or something like this
Facts.
like healthy and natural and it'll actually
Yeah.
help you
I
focus.
can wake up not like doing a line anymore.
Yeah,
But
dude.
no, it's funny because so like okay, physically we've gotten better, right? Because we have ways to like get physically stronger and like healthier and stuff.
Yeah.
What about mentally?
So that's a weird one because like stronger, are we getting mentally stronger or are we getting mentally weaker? Which
Weaker. I mean, and that's social media. So I feel like where it's like physical, mental. We'll even go spiritual too.
spiritual is going down too.
Spiritual's going down too. It's just all physical. We used to be taught brain over bronze.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But it seems to be now it's all physical. It's all what it looks like. That's what matters. What it looks like.
How about the people that are in tech that don't care about working out and they've learned how to like be smart in like coding and
Yeah.
digital development and stuff like that. Those people, they those people. You just imagine
What do you mean those people? I'm just kidding.
the typical picture that like they don't really work out because they're
Yeah.
into like their computer and stuff, like the nerds.
Yeah.
But they're,
Yeah.
like,
No, like your typical nerd look.
right, like that they're really smart and they're like advancing us in some way, right?
Yeah. I just think that like it's all about balance, bro. You know what I mean? It's such a yogi way to say it. It's all about balance.
It's literally it.
It just seems like we're always imbalanced. That's why we're just so fucked up.
Yeah,
The mental chemicals are all fucking imbalanced too. Damn.
straight up.
Oh, Donald Trump.
No, please.
Damn. That's some craziness, bro. So how'd you feel about the whole like the riot?
It was stupid, bro. Man, that was stupid. That was
Right?
really bad.
Do you think they didn't shoot or like harm them besides that one person that died?
Because they're white.
Do you think it's because they're white, or do you think there's another reason why behind?
Dude, I mean, there could be a little bit of both. Like, I think because most of the people that are behind Trump are
Are
white.
white?
So that's
Yeah.
already a given. Then most of the cops are with Trump because he stands with like the blue power, whatever. Like,
Yeah.
giving,
You saw that Blue Lives Matter, I think that's what they called it.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Did you see that cop that was like telling people to like let's go? Like,
Yeah, bro. I
I
put
saw
that on
that.
my Instagram. I'm like, what? So when
Yeah.
the gate, he's like,
So do you, yeah, so like that's that. Oh yeah, I remember I messaged you about that. So do you think it's because
yeah, yeah.
he's just like, do you think he did that not because it's like an inside job, which a lot of people are saying is like, oh my god, it's an inside job, or was he just a supporter who's like a quiet supporter who's just like, okay, go ahead.
Yeah, like they're kind of with it because the whole thing with this whole situation was that they wanted to show that we're not going to stand down, that you guys are, what's it called? Pulling fraud like in the elections, right? In the vote.
Yeah.
That's where all this stemmed from, right? And obviously Trump making that speech where he's like, we need to show our strength and go to the Congress. What did he think? He's saying, I didn't tell them to do anything. What does that mean to you? Like,
He also
are we dumb? Or what do you, when you say, let's show our strength, then I'm gonna fight. Like, I'm gonna start yelling and trying to, kick and scream like how they were doing, right? Because it's like, that's how they looked at it.
mm-hmm. Here, wait, let me see if I can find.
Then his son came out on stage and he was saying the same thing. We need to be strong. We need to show our aggression. Then a week later, they're saying, we never influenced them to do that. We don't know why they did that. We don't agree with what they did at all. No, you did. You did. Like, what did you think was going to happen?
Bro, some of the people who got arrested were like calling Trump like, "Yo, Trump, can you please pardon us? Cause like we were doing like what you wanted us to do."
Right.
So that's what I mean. Like I just
Some people are saying that he did it on purpose.
of course he did. He knows what he's doing.
That's what he's doing, right? And then he wants to just act like he doesn't know. Come on
Do
now.
you think banning him from all social media was a good thing or a bad thing?
I think that that those type of things should happen. Yeah, like it was a good thing.
Good thing. So do you think? Okay, so this is conspiracy gonna come in, right?
Yeah.
So do you think because they censored Donald Trump, it's gonna be easier to censor anybody else? Because if someone does something, it's kind of, like it wasn't as bad as Trump, but like it's not. I'm not saying they said hate or anything, but like because they took it a certain way, they're like, hey, like that we don't like what you said there. Majority of people didn't like what you said there, so you're banned. It's like no, it's different. They're not in. It's just it's an unpopular opinion versus just going hate. Like even though it hates an unpopular opinion, there's do you understand what I'm trying to
I
say?
know what you're saying, and
Yeah.
I don't think that would happen. I just think that there was like that. That's I think a law, right? Like they probably have it in their like rules,
Their
regulations,
rules.
and stuff. Like if you're somebody that's so high in power, the president, you're
Yeah.
affecting the whole world. You know already things that he's tweeted has affected the world. So imagine
Yeah.
after that, if he would come out and say something stupid or say whatever it would be, it would make an even crazier situation. So it's like they had to do that because like it would have been horrible because he is the reason why they did that. So
Hmm.
imagine if he would say something again, it would cause even more destruction.
Yeah.
Like I really think like some of the whole thing, like the Black Lives Matter stuff, would have been settled by a simple tweet of this is not right. We stand
Yeah.
for, all races, whatever he
Yeah.
wants to say. He didn't say nothing. It got worse.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or when he's like, what I'm seeing in these cities is horrible. There should
Yeah.
not be any fight. So people are like, you still don't understand why we're so mad, right?
Yeah. And
Anything
then
he said it was reciprocated like actions in the country.
yeah.
So I mean,
Bro,
you
he didn't
have,
keep the same energy pretty much.
huh?
He didn't keep the same energy.
He didn't, yeah.
Like it's like um he was saying when he was talking about like the people who like stormed the Capitol and everything, he's like we love you, like we're with you, just like all this stuff. It's kind of like
Yeah,
you literally didn't even say what they did was wrong
right. Because he didn't. He didn't
because he
think.
didn't think it was wrong. But
I heard
I
it.
think because like even though
Yeah.
you saw like difference because he was saying like, oh, if you loot we shoot,
Yeah.
but here is like, oh, we love you, like we're like
Right. Like
it's
what?
the fact that you can see it. I think is what's really frustrating too, is the fact that it's so public that you're just so stupid.
Yeah. It is.
Like it's just frustrating. It's like this is the person that represents us. We're not like this, but like this, and he treats us so wrong.
Yeah.
But no one's doing anything about it. But he got impeached twice.
Did
First
you hear
first
that?
president.
Yeah. Did you hear that conspiracy that all that was set up because Trump is so stuck on the fact that he won the election and it's rigged? He knows that there's secret information. He's been talking about for the last 4
For here, one sec, you cut
people's
out.
laptops in the government, things that are hidden.
Okay, yeah,
Okay. What I say that
yeah.
he knows that there's like secret information.
Secrets, yeah.
And he always is on that, right? He always brings that up whenever he talks. Like I know there's things that we don't know behind the scenes, like Nancy Pelosi, other people in the government.
Yeah.
So the conspiracy is that he wanted these certain people to go in because you see how easy they got in?
Yeah.
It's like almost like it was all set up by him and the cops being on his side. This is the conspiracy side, right?
Yeah.
Cops are on his side. This is all perfect because when they go in, they could steal laptops, which they did. They
Yeah.
steal documents, which they did.
Which they did.
They got out without anybody stopping them. He was away from Washington. I think it was in Texas, they said,
Mm-hmm.
guarded, almost like having this planned out to be like he knows those people that took it. They were on his side so that they can pass down the information to him to see if anything was rigged or to see if there's anything that's being talked about on his.
He literally had a phone call with the Georgia governor saying,
Right.
like, literally telling him to fake votes.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, they're somewhere. Like, you'll find them.
Mm-hmm.
So this is actually a Trump thing. So Tony Hinchcliffe was on Rogan's podcast, and he was saying like, apparently, when Trump plays golf, he literally apparently like around the golf course, he like people seeing him like kick the ball closer or like cheat in golf. So someone asked them, he's like, you see that guy over there? He cheats. See that guy over there? He cheats. So what's wrong if I cheat? I'm just doing what they're doing.
Wow.
But the thing with him is that he's the type where if he thinks you're cheating, even if you're not, but he thinks you are, that gives me a reason to cheat.
Yeah.
Now I can cheat because I think you're cheating, but you have no proof.
Yeah.
So I think he's so that's his issue, is that he puts himself onto others.
Right.
He's like, if I were you, I would cheat, so you're probably cheating.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna cheat. So it's even, but it's not.
It's not. And he's acting like a little kid, and it's being seen by the whole world. Embarrassing.
Um, what? There's something else. Did you see the documentary, The Dissident?
No.
Watch it. I haven't finished it yet. I'm gonna watch it after, but it's about some guy. I don't even know if I should be talking about this, but it's about some guy who it has to do with like the Saudi prince and stuff.
Okay.
And so it's about this guy who like, because apparently in Saudi
Disappeared.
Arabia, say it.
Disappeared, right?
Yeah, he disappeared, and then like all of a sudden like they found out he was dead and stuff. Um, but yeah, like he it has to do with like the Saudi prince, and like it has to, like it's some serious conspiracy and everything.
Wow.
Um, they also talk about how like their social media, they have people like in a room, they have people who act like it's like a bunch of people who are like acting like burner accounts, like actual people.
Oh.
So like the fake comments and all that stuff, it's actual people doing that. So if Saudi
Wow.
Arabia is doing that, you know America's doing that, you know
Yeah.
China's doing that, like everyone is doing that. So I feel like a lot of these, it's like the um, what is it? The what's it called again? The prov provoker provocateur or whatever. Have you heard of that?
Provocative?
No, it's like a provo. Oh my god, I had the
Provocateur.
word provocateur. Yeah, there you go. That's the word. Oh my god, these aliens got me, bro.
Damn, bro.
Um, yeah. So like, it's pretty much someone who like starts something so others can join, and then like all of a sudden these people are doing it. But like, like it's like the Black Lives Matter riots. They're saying that it was started by uh provocateur, an agent
Yeah.
provocateur, or whatever.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. So like, even like that's the same thing as the Twitter thing, right? These fake accounts. So that's what I mean. So like, there is someone trying to control what's being said. They're trying to start. They're
Yeah.
trying to start thoughts. They're trying to start opinions.
Yeah.
But about this movie, The Dissident, apparently Trump was trying to get a like some sort of immunity for that prince.
Mm.
So there's a
Dramatic
conspiracy.
immunity?
Yeah, something like that. So like where like they can't get him.
Oh.
If something were to pop off, they can't get him.
Okay.
And this is at the same time as this whole like kind of like this whole murder thing is going on. And but because Saudi and America, like the Saudis and the Americans have such a relationship when it comes to arms,
Yeah.
like guns and stuff,
Dude,
that's why they're trying to make that their deal.
I
So they're
need
choosing money over like doing the right thing. And that's the
the whole
problem with.
documentary though. You can't watch it for free.
I watch it on. I have a box, like a Android box.
Oh, you got it for free on there?
Yeah, you could probably find it. Like if you find like a streaming site, you probably find it on there. I shouldn't say that, but
I need to find one.
but
I don't know what you're talking about.
yeah, no, like so it's crazy though. Like
Yeah, I need to check that out.
yeah, bro, it's intense. All right, we've been recording for over an hour and a half. We'll cut it there,
Okay.
and then we'll
Do aliens next time.
yeah, I'm gonna make sure I'm gonna get that alien one
Yeah.
ready.
It's gotta be something.
Oh, I'm hyped for it. All right, bro. It was nice talking to you again.
Always good combos, bro.
I'll talk to you later, bro.
Peace.
Peace.